It is a story of myself and being 14 years old and living in poverty and not having a father, and my mother taking care of myself and my older sister and my brother, and living in a room a little larger than this room here, where I had to sleep on a reclining chair, and my mother and brother slept on a bed, and my sister slept on a little couch. And we lived in this rooming house in this small room, and to kind of ease my pain of living in these conditions, I had a little job, and I would save my money and take the train and take the train to my friend's house. And this was in Stanford, and I rode the train to Norwalk, Connecticut. And this particular Wednesday, I noticed a man sitting in the train who was an African-American man in a suit and some very nice socks. I noticed his socks, and I took notice of the man, and I remember thinking vividly that that was the guy that I wanted to be like. I knew nothing about this man. I just saw him, never met him. So what I did was I chose to ride the train every Wednesday at the same time. I would get on the train and I would look for that man. And when I found him, I would position myself in a way where I could watch him and I could listen to him. And I looked at the paper he read. I watched how he folded the paper, and I watched how he tucked it in between the seat. And I looked at his briefcase. I looked at the different suits he wore. I listened to how he talked. And I said, wow, 20-something years later, I was about 35. My wife and I were in a bank in Westport, and I saw the same man who I used to watch on the train. And I mustered up enough courage to go to him, and I talked to him about this time when I was 14 and I didn't have a dad, and I lived in this room, and my mom was kind of scraping for us just for us to really eat. I went to him and I talked to him about the fact that I would take the train and I would watch him, and I thanked him. And he had no idea who I was, of course, and I'm this grown man with tears in his eyes, telling this man who meant the world to him, thank you, and thank you for being a model for me when I didn't feel like I had any models. And thank you for being a parent